Welcome back to Everyday Alchemy, the podcast where we transform the ordinary into the extraordinary through the lens of psychology and timeless wisdom. I'm your host, and today we are going to talk about self-discipline. We've all heard the term, and we've all felt the struggle of sticking to a goal or breaking a bad habit. But what if we could approach self-discipline not as a punishment, but as a powerful alchemy that can transform our lives, our habits, and even our sense of self-worth? In today's episode, we will explore how you can turn self-discipline into a transformative process, turning what might feel like a daily grind into a path toward personal mastery. First, let's clear up what self-discipline really is. It's not about being rigid, controlling, or living life in a state of constant restriction. At its core, self-discipline is the ability to stay committed to your goals despite obstacles or distractions. It's about making choices today that align with the future you want. In the alchemical process, this is like the process of transmutation, taking raw, unrefined energy, like impulses or instant gratification, and transforming it into something greater, focused energy that serves a higher purpose. So self-discipline is essentially the art of turning your inner chaos, the part of you that wants to procrastinate, take shortcuts, or indulge in temporary pleasures, into the goal of mastery and success. Now, willpower is a big part of this process. It's often the first thing that comes to mind when we think about self-discipline. But here's where it gets interesting. Willpower isn't about white-knuckling your way through every challenge. It's not about forcing yourself to push through with sheer mental strength. Instead, think of willpower as the fuel that powers the engine of your transformation. The key to using it effectively is to understand its limits and harness it in a sustainable way. One of the great alchemists, Dr. Roy Baumeister, conducted research on willpower and found that it's like a muscle. It gets fatigued the more we use it. So the secret is to strategically build habits that don't require constant willpower. By doing this, you're essentially creating a blueprint for your success that operates even when you're not actively thinking about it. Now, let's talk about routines, because the key to mastering self-discipline isn't always about sheer willpower. It's about creating routines and habits that don't rely on constant decision-making. Alchemists didn't just work with lead once. They created processes that led to continuous flow of gold. Similarly, the more automated your good habits become, the less you will have to rely on that fragile willpower muscle. Start by breaking down your big goals into small, manageable steps. Think of these as the ingredients of your alchemical process. If you've ever heard of the 2-minute rule, it is a simple but powerful method of getting started. The idea is that if a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. This helps you build momentum, and you'll find that those small actions compound into bigger, more impactful habits. Create a morning routine that sets the tone for your day. This could include physical exercise, meditation, journaling, or any activity that aligns with your values and goals. When you start your day with intention, you are already working within the alchemical process of turning your will into gold. Life isn't always easy, and neither is the path to self-discipline. We all face setbacks, distractions, and external forces that can derail our best efforts. This is where the true magic of self-discipline shines. The process of transmutation doesn't always happen in perfect conditions. In fact, the alchemists believed that true transformation only came through challenge and conflict. Your ability to adapt to adversity, to face discomfort, and still maintain your focus on your ultimate goal is what will set you apart. There's a saying, pressure creates diamonds. This couldn't be more true when it comes to self-discipline. Every time you choose the long-term gain over the short-term pleasure, you are refining your character. Every time you resist procrastination or temptation, you are adding another layer of gold to your personal alchemy. Finally, let's shift our mindset about self-discipline. So often we think of it as a constraint, a chain that holds us back. But in reality, discipline is the tool that unlocks freedom. Freedom to pursue the life you want, freedom from bad habits, freedom to achieve your goals without constantly battling your impulses. When you start viewing self-discipline as a tool for freedom, your mindset shifts from resistance to empowerment. You're not limiting yourself, you are setting yourself up for success. You're not bound by the whims of fleeting desires. You have gained control over your own actions, and in doing so, you've set yourself free to achieve greater things. Self-discipline isn't about rigid control or harsh denial. It's about alchemy, the transformation of base impulses into a refined, focused, and powerful version of yourself. By creating habits, embracing routines, and shifting your mindset, you can use the power of self-discipline to turn your dreams into reality. Remember, it's a journey. Like the alchemists of old, it takes time, patience, and persistence. But every time you stay committed, you're one step closer to the goal that's waiting at the end of your path. Thank you for tuning into Everyday Alchemy. May your discipline guide you, and may your willpower forge the goal of your dreams.